Good evening and welcome to Kibla FM. My name is Fuad Umar for another episode of Political Open Discussion. Is the time ripe? Has the time arrived for Aremeyaw to be arrested or at least be detained based on the evidences being made public by many people, more especially the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong? That's the question that many people are asking. Is the time ripe? Is the time ripe for Aremeyaw at least to be arrested for breaking the laws of Ghana? Because to many people, Anas has been breaking the laws. To others, no, he's done nothing wrong and that Anas is a victim. So we're going to have a discussion. It's a political open discussion. So you're welcome to call in and bring your own opinion, a take. If you agree or disagree to anything that would be said during this episode, you're welcome to log on to our website, www.kiblafm.com, and grab the details, the phone numbers, call in and be a part of it. With us right now, our main guest, the man to open this discussion. His name is Hilary Hayford. Mr. Hilary Hayford is out of Ghana, and he's been to law school and understands some of the legal aspects of this discussion. So he will give his own take. And as you know, the opinions that you're going to be hearing on this episode are not Kibla FM. It's not for Kibla FM. It's just for the individual. So whoever says something, they're going to own up to it. So if they have an opinion, they say it. It's their own take, not necessarily, endorsed or supported or shared by Kibla FM, myself, or any other person. So we all gonna own up to whatever that we say. Mr. Hilary, I say hello and good evening. Welcome to Kibla FM.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Great, Mr. Hilary. We're very happy to have you on the program tonight. The question is, after every episode, we get different questions. There's a gentleman called Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. He's the owner of a TV station in Ghana, and almost once or twice a week, he shares some new details about a gentleman called Aremeyaw, that investigative journalist. And after each revelation, some, they grow louder on the call for Anas to be arrested for breaking the laws of Ghana. And after each revelation, we also have another hand of the members of the public that say, no, it is not credible that Anas has done nothing wrong. He's not breaking any laws, that he should be left alone. Mr. Hayford, I'd like you to take the next 5 minutes and share your take on the question. What is Anas doing against the laws of Ghana? Is he doing anything wrong? Because to some, he's doing nothing wrong by just being a professional investigative journalist. Go ahead, Mr. Hayford.
Yeah, thank you, Fuad.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Fuad. I am not. I want to make some correction.
Go ahead.
Yes. I'm not a lawyer.
Correct. You just attended law school and you have some understanding on some of the laws.
Yes.
That's exactly what I said. Go ahead.
I have attended the paralegal school.
Okay.
And also the ADR school.
Okay. Is that in Ghana?
I remember. Is that one?
Is that in Ghana?
Yes, that's in Ghana.
Okay.
So, I'm with the Ghana Paralegal Association, the Ghana ADR Association, right?
Okay. What year was that you attended?
Yes, and that's with the Ghana Paralegal Association.
Yeah, what year did you attend that institution? What year?
No, that was 2017.
2017. Okay, go ahead. So what have you learned from that institution that makes you believe that Anas is in the, clash with the laws of Ghana? Go ahead and submit. We're listening.
No, this was that during when I was doing the paralegal program, um, we learned from our lecturers who are actually versed in the law that the methods that he uses um, to work, that is the modus operandi.
Go ahead. Keep it coming. We're
Does not
listening.
conform. Yes, does not conform to the basis or the tenant of journalism. You get it? Because according to the law lecturer, according to the law lecturer, the way he works is more or less like that of a CID.
Okay.
I get it. Yeah, it's more or less that of a CID. So
what made him say that? What made him say that? What laws is that Anas is breaking? What laws is Anas breaking to make the lecturer suggest that Anas is taking over the job of the CID agents in Ghana?
Yeah, according to the lecturer, he was saying that the investigative journalism has a different tenant altogether as compared to the work of a CID. But in the case of Anas, he has lines, or he's an investigative journalist, but not that of a CID. That is basically what he said, and that to him it there's contradiction because the work that he's doing is a journalist, but not that of a CID.
Okay, we hear that part, but this sounds more like an opinion, okay, that the lecturer is given. Your own take, studying the law, going to class, learning about the laws of Ghana, and now being an investigative journalist. Many are saying, hey, he's breaking too many of the laws that he should be arrested. Do you agree with those group of people calling for Aremeyaw to be arrested? Do you agree with them, and why? Because you need some basics. Because you had said, you are of the opinion that Anas is not in line with the law, that he's cutting, the laws into pieces. So go ahead and make a connection. Make a connection, Hillary Hayford on Cable FM.
Yeah. You see, as a student of that's I was as per my training in the paralegal training, right? So I was made to understand by my law lecturer that his method of investigation is quite different from that of journalism. Okay. Yes, but according to the law, if someone has someone is doing wrong thing, then there must be something what we call the prima facie. So there must be a prima facie or something like an evidence. You must indicate. So in the context of the revelation by Net2 TV, I think that it's not on the basis of what Net2 TV.
No, before we go there though, Hillary. Before we go there, you're listening to Kibla FM. My name is Fuad Omar. You need to own up for your own opinion. You have the view that Anas is breaking the laws of Ghana. Okay, the things that he's doing is not in line with the laws, and you support the call that the law should deal with Anas. So in this case, you've referenced instances whereby your lecturer had said Anas is doing this and that. Yes, fine, but we have laws in Ghana, which can you give examples of some of the laws that Anas has broken? Because we need basis for all this, notion. We need basis because the call that he should be arrested cannot just come in because people are feeling like, yes, Anas is doing, this and that. It has to be. Sometimes though, you can feel like something is wrong, but you need to prove it legally. At least have some ground, the basis. Is there a ground that you can connect or link Anas to say, hey, he's broken this law, therefore he should be picked up by the police and be
Yeah,
dealt with? Yes.
yeah, yeah. Well, let me come in.
Okay.
First and foremost, I cannot say that he is breaking the laws of the country because I'm not a court of competent jurisdiction. I get in it. According to the law.
So now
According to the law.
So now you have switched position then. Oh boy, that brother needs to call back. He needs to call back because he was the first caller that we picked up. And he had the view, the opinion that Anas should be arrested because Anas is breaking the laws of Ghana. And that his ways, the ways that he uses, the methods are not in line with the law. Therefore, he needs to be able to link some of those, charges to the law. If you're saying, hey, Anas needs to be arrested, many people are saying it. We're reading the comments right now. A lot of Ghanaians are writing to Kibla FM saying they support it, that Anas needs to be arrested because he's breaking the laws. But we need a connection. What kind of laws is Anas breaking? We're going to move over to the evidence, some of the evidences that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had made public. We're going to talk about those evidences. But this brother had a chance to link Anas up to say, hey, one of the reasons is that he broke this law or this standard, blah, 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 blah. Are those laws civil? Are they criminal? So our phone lines are open. If you're listening, you're welcome to call in and bring your contribution, your take. Is it time for Aremeyaw to be arrested? We're getting a lot of text messages, but we need bold men and women to speak. Because if you share the view that he should be picked up, arrested, you got to make the link. Mr. Kennedy Agyapong had made, clear that, he has enough things out there. He's made available to the public enough materials to make Anas, for the authorities at least to be able to pick him up. That he's made available enough materials. Some of those materials, yesterday, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had made, for the first time, he had made available a very bloody, when I say bloody, I mean, the images are so graphic that we cannot show you some of them. Because, you're going to see gunshot wound, bullet penetrating straight to the skin, crushing the bones. And Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had said that the gentleman who got shot, the gentleman that actually, the person who shot this person is one of Aremeyaw, Anas's boys, that he had sent them to shoot somebody. He shared some of the videos so he can back up some of his claims. And like I said, some of them were too graphic. You don't want to see them. And we're not going to show you some of them because it's just not pretty. But if Aremeyaw indeed, employed somebody or contracted somebody and instructed them to go and shoot at somebody, that right there could be basis for a criminal indictment or investigation, at least, perhaps an arrest. That could be enough. Because if you tell somebody to go shoot another person, you are part of the crime. So this is something that is criminal. At least it has some basis to allow the investigators to open a criminal investigation or perhaps go pick him up. If those revelations are authentic. if they're not fake. And the Honorable is saying that it is not fake. The gentleman in question, he survived. He did not die. So he can become a witness. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong can also become a witness. So on your screen, if you watching on social media, for those of you listening on your apps, you probably will not see some of the images. But if you watching on YouTube, Facebook, etc., on Kibla FM's pages, you would see some of the images. Let's show you one of them, just one, because we don't want to show you the graphic ones. And now the gentleman on your screen right now, supposedly is one of the victims of Aremeyaw. Says who? Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Says Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. This man got shot right on the shoulder, on the, upper, right on the shoulder, I'll say the whole hand. He's injured. You can't tell who this individual is. So this evidence, is it enough? Some are saying yes, it's enough, but maybe not to arrest Aremeyaw right away, but maybe go pick up Kennedy Agyapong so he can lead them to this man. And from there, Anas can come into the picture. Or others are saying no. Since Kennedy Agyapong said that, they should go arrest Anas and then bring Kennedy and this gentleman to be witnesses. What do you think? Should Anas be arrested? A sister. Yes, this sister has been a regular. Her name is Ella. Ella says Anas should be arrested. He has not broken one law, but all of the laws in Ghana. Sister Ella, here we go again. Saying this is a general statement. He has broken all of the laws in Ghana. That's too much. Be exact. He's broken this law or that or that. If though Anas can be linked to this shooting right here on the screen, then hey, that's a felony. That could be an attempted murder. That's right. That could be an attempted murder. So, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is saying that Aremeyaw is the one who sent his man, a gentleman called Rambo, to go shoot this guy, and the attempt was to take him out. But the guy survived. Because you cannot shoot someone on the upper body and don't believe that there could be a chance that the person would die. Because on the upper body, a lot of those sensitive part of your organs, that's where they're located. So any shots that goes up from the waist up, you're attempting to kill the person. So let's go back to the phone line and listen to a contribution from another caller. You're listening to Kibla FM. My name is Fuad Omar. We don't have a lot of time. We only have 1 hour for this program. After that, we off the air. So if you're listening and you have something to say, you're welcome to call in and bring it on board and put it out there. Anas Aremeyaw. Some are saying arrest him. Others are saying no. Do not arrest him because he's done nothing wrong. Another brother right here. Oh, what's his name? Kwame from Kumasi. He said Kennedy Agyapong has more than enough evidence. Yet Anas is not being picked up. That's the brother from Kumasi. But here's the point though. Between Anas Aremeyaw, who's got more influence over the president of Ghana? One would think it's Kennedy Agyapong. So some would question, why can't Kennedy Agyapong use those influence to at least get the attention of the president to some of these things that he claims is going on. So once and for all, we could get some day in court between himself and Aremeyaw Anas. That way, they can tell who's right and who's wrong. We've had a lot of people actually asking this same question. That Kennedy Agyapong is a member of the ruling party, MPP, and that he's very close to Mr. President, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. So why is Kennedy coming onto TV every night and saying, or every day, and saying that Anas is not getting his day in court, that authorities are not doing the right thing, they're not picking him up, when Kennedy Agyapong and his party have the power? I don't have an answer to that question. I do not have an answer to that question. Okay, here we go. Anas will suffer before he dies. Papa B. Apa. That's a gentleman listening to this presentation on Kibla FM YouTube channel. He says Anas will suffer. We've received a lot of those comments. There's an elderly woman who reached out to Kibla FM to say she's been personally affected by the actions of Aremeyaw Anas, and that she hoped he does not end well. She told Kibla FM that. You know? So people have their own personal reasons as to why they want to see Aremeyaw Anas arrested. But however, the evidence, this gentleman on your screen, according to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, was shot. Okay? He almost died. And he said the gentleman who shot him, his name is Rambo. Rambo is one of Aremeyaw Anas's men, says Kennedy Agyapong. And he wants investigation. But how on earth is it that Mr. Agyapong cannot get the police, with all the influence that he has in this government, cannot get one single unit of the police or the law enforcement organs in Ghana to do something about it, if indeed the evidence are authentic? Because if you shoot someone, that is a crime, to shoot somebody. Let me give you an example here in the United States of America. Last week, we had a gentleman. He worked at a bank. So he worked at a bank, and according to the police, you know, a big chunk of cash, we're talking close to 100,000 plus, got missing from the bank. So the authorities were out there investigating to see as to what happened to the cash. So, lo and behold, this gentleman who worked at the bank was seen on social media posing with a big chunk of cash, close to $80,000 in cash. Just the photo, the image. That was enough for authorities to go pick him up and put him up as a suspect. From there, they were able to know, or to they were able to charge him criminally. Just, that's the photo right there. Just an image that they believe could be, could be linked to a crime. They were able to pick him up. So Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, initially in the past weeks, month, he's been making available to the public videos, and images relating to land issues, where he had accused Anas of trying or using his influence or power or connections within the system to take away land from people. So we had a discussion on Kibla FM in the past, and most of the members of the panelists at that time argued that those are litigation issues. Anas can go to court. The other claimants can also go to court. That playing video of Anas fighting over a piece of land, etc., does not make him a criminal. It does not make Anas Aremeyaw not a criminal. You need to get something criminal because we have civil cases. We have civil cases, etc. That if you're showing videos of Anas fighting over a piece of land, that does not make Anas a criminal. It just says Anas. It just says Anas is just fighting over a piece of land. But Mr. Kennedy is of the view that Anas uses his power and influence, connection, to seize people's land, to take away lands from the vulnerable, those who cannot afford to pay for their day in court. He takes away their land, according to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, because he comes out there with his gangs. They intimidate you, etc., etc., says Honorable Agyapong. But those are litigation issue. It could be wrong, but it also might not be criminal, unless if more can be shared out there that can link Anas to certain actions that can arise to the level of being criminal. But just a video of him fighting over a piece of land does not make him a criminal. That is the view of the members of the panelists, at least about 90% of them. That was their view. But this time around, though, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong had made available to the members of the public an image, a bloodied image. I'm saying we have some of those images that we cannot even show you. We cannot even show you some of those images because they're awful, they're bloody, they're bad to even look at. So if you have something to say and you want to call this program, log on to www.kiblafm.com and then click on call the program. When you click on that, you're going to see the list of numbers, WhatsApp numbers, 2 numbers. Grab those phone numbers and call. www.kiblafm.com. Kibla is spelled QIBLAFM.com. www.kiblafm.com. Right on the website, click on call the program. When you click on that link, it's going to open another window and you're going to see 2 phone numbers. Those are the 2 WhatsApp numbers that you can grab to call this program right now and bring your take. Another sister, the ladies are dominating on the text messages. Let's go here. Actually, let's go to a brother. Ampofo says, Mr. Anas is not perfect. He could be doing something wrong. But Mr. Kennedy Agyapong cannot use his TV station as a court to convict Anas. That is that comment from that brother. Okay? Anas cannot be convicted on TV screens. That Honorable Kennedy Agyapong would have to go to court. Do something in the courthouse, not on TV. According to that brother, that is what the Honorable is trying to do. That's just his take, opinion. If you have yours, you're welcome to call in and speak it out. It's an open discussion, political open discussion. You're welcome to disagree. Either way, it's your take. Anas, arrest Anas, arrest him. We're getting a lot of them calls. But why connect Anas to the crime? You cannot put this question to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong because according to him, he's done more than enough. He's revealed more than enough for Anas to be arrested. At least according to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. But the question, however, that a lot of people are asking, why isn't the Honorable in court? He should go to court so he could get him, go do something. But frankly, though, to go to court, you need to get the police to arrest him. because the police that can arrest him and charge him. So according to some individuals, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has got a weak case that he knows that if he goes to court with this kind of evidences, Anas would not serve a day in jail or prison. And that is why he has made it a TV show to be slamming Anas. That's what some individuals are saying. That's at least what he's saying. That Honorable Kennedy Agyapong knows that if he goes to court with these evidences, Anas will not serve a day in jail or prison. He will not be convicted. That Anas will not be convicted. And that is the reason why Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has turned the whole thing into a TV show to be coming in every week, every other day, slamming Anas, Aremeyaw Anas. I don't completely believe that. Because on many occasions, the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had said that authorities should take over the case. That means he has shown the willingness to go to the next stage. That means he's not afraid. He's not just willing to just keep talking about the issue on TV. That he wants to climb up to the next stage, have a date, have Anas go to court. But then again, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, many people are saying you are a good friend to the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo, that if you believe that authorities, police, units are not doing their job, that they're being corrupt, why don't you pay him a visit? Mr. President, these are the evidences that I have. Mr. President, these evidences are enough to prosecute Anas, arrest him, but yet they're not doing it. And that Mr. President, being a law-abiding leader, would support Kennedy Agyapong if indeed he has credible evidences. So some are saying that the MP is not going that route because he knows the president will not accept this as enough evidence to take on Anas. And that is why he's turned the whole thing into a TV show. That is why he's turned the whole thing into a TV show. Let's go back to the phone lines and go listen to a caller. Hello, caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yes, my name is Isaac.
Isaac.
I'm calling from Ghana.
Calling from Ghana.
Yes, sir.
Okay, brother Isaac, you're live on Kibla
Yes,
FM.
sir.
Take it over. We're listening.
Yeah. Mr. Fuad,
Yes, sir.
I'm very, very honored. And I thank you so much for this program you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, what you're doing and the program you're doing right now regarding Anas, it's a very sensitive issue that it takes only a bold person to talk about this.
Correct.
Why am I saying this? You know, there was a time, let's say once upon a time, where when you hear the name of Anas, everyone wants to find somewhere to hide. Why such a thing happened? Because it is something like a cabal that has they have decided to create a name to be so fearful so that they'll be able to do what they would do behind the scene. That is just by the way. I was listening to your show and then you were talking about the pictures you showed regarding what Kennedy Agyapong showed, I think, yesterday, regarding the guy who was shot. Yeah. I want to correct something.
Go ahead.
You said the guy who shot the guy in the picture is you mentioned the name.
Supposedly they said he's one of Anas's guy and his name is Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo. So the guy who shot the one in the picture, the one who is on the stretcher, the guy who shot was Van Damme, not Rambo.
So Van Damme shot Rambo?
So no. Rambo
Okay.
is not in the picture.
Okay, so it's Van
The
Damme.
guy
Van
who
Damme.
shot
Okay.
is Van Damme. Yeah, I wanted
Okay.
to correct, not Rambo.
Okay,
But
no
Van
Rambo.
Damme who
Van Damme.
made the shot.
Okay.
So that listeners will be clear, and then when they are listening to you, and then they go and listen to what Kennedy Japan said, it wouldn't be some kind of
Right.
conflict.
And let me clarify
Right.
something here real
Yeah.
quick. Listeners of Kibla FM right now,
Yeah.
my name is Fuad Omar. This Van Damme that we're talking about, we're not talking about the Hollywood actor. Not that man. Okay? So don't get it twisted. It's not a
Correct.
gentleman in
Correct.
the fighting star. Not him. This Van Damme is the bootleg one. It's the China made Van Damme based in Ghana. Go ahead.
Yes. Now, some people are, Ghanaians are talking. We should first think about the nation, Ghana first.
That's right.
Every patriotic person, you think about your nation first, not an individual. With this issue, we shouldn't think about who likes who or who hates who. You can like Anas, you can like Kennedy Japan. That is your personal, interest, right? But the first thing you need to think about is the nation first.
That's true.
Let's look at the number of, first of all, let's look at the number of people who have been affected previously with regards to the work of Anas. Let's look at all of those people, judges, referees, and a whole lot, custom officers, and me, myself, my cousin. My senior cousin.
Your cousin was affected.
A custom officer, and he was affected. Yes, and as I'm speaking now, he's dead.
Wow. What? And, can you share a little bit on what kind of please.
One thing is the whole story about his story that I knew. I can't talk about anyone's story, but his story that I knew. He was in his office. He was one of the top officials in the Ghana Customs, and he was at the port department. So some gentlemen came to him. They were like, they needed some assistance. They want to clear their goods and they are having challenges and stuff. So he just helped them because they are young guys. And, some people will come, they will have money to clear. Some people will not have. And then when you're not having money to clear your goods on time, you're going to be, they have their rules that they call something demurrage stuff, that your goods will be demurrage or whatever. So you have to pay extra penalties. So they came to him and then it's okay. Then he can help fast track them the goods for them, for them to be able to get it faster, so that the goods doesn't get to the deadline of demurrage or whatever.
They don't lose.
So that is what he did to help them. But he did not bargain with them that I will take this from you. So after he helped them, later on, declared their goods. Later on, then one guy came there. Oh, Honorable, once you have helped us, we thank you. So I want to give you this. And look at this person, then you give him 30 Ghana cedis. And he said, 30 Ghana cedis, what am I going to use it for? Please, I don't need your money. You just give it to one of my boys. Listen, you just give it to one of my boys. Where they have some guys who do errands in the office and then they tip them, because when you want to send a file somewhere, you can send someone, because you can be going to office to files and stuff. So there are guys there who they send. So he told them, okay, if you are giving me this, then you just give it to those boys. Then you come and say you have given that custom officer a bribe. I'm telling you this. My cousin thought about this. He was thinking. He was every time he was thinking during Professor Mills' time. That time Professor Mills was the president, and this was what happened during Professor Mills' time. That was the time that Anas investigations about the custom officers. After that incident, he was at home and he was thinking, and finally his wife came from work, and then he was in the bathroom. He was calling him. She was calling him. She was not hearing anything. So she went to the bathroom and she found him sitting on the WC, and he's dead.
Wow.
Because he was just thinking and thinking. Oh, if you, I don't know if people know, can call to testify what has happened to any custom officers who were victimizing those announcing investigation he did. I've forgotten the year, but he did during Professor Mel's time. He died because he was thinking to the extent that he couldn't overcome it. And
Wow.
he died. And this is not the only person this has affected. A lot of people. Okay? The judges. And you see, sometimes when there is anything comes out, let us sit down. Even though they say someone is corrupt, and then there is an investigation about the person, and the investigation contains a video. Please, we are all thinkers. We are not dumb. The whole country, the whole nation, the whole continent, the whole world shouldn't be dumb because it is an announced investigation. No. So we should sit down, take the video, look at it. If really the person, the person has been is a character of corruption in the video. If you say I'm a judge, and you said you have given me a goods as bribe, and there is no evidence in the video showing that you have given a good to me, but you only put the goods in a car, then you say you have given me a bribe of good. Please, who should accept this?
Let me look at this message from Abraham. United Kingdom, London, to be exact, London. The gentleman, as he said, hey, brother Fuad, if this supposed shooting had happened in America, will they have arrested Anas, as you saying he should be arrested in Ghana? First of all, I did not say that they should pick him up. We just putting out there the evidences, being shared by Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. The evidence is a photo of a young man, wounded. You can see the gunshot wound, okay? And it's bad. It's completely graphic. That's why we're not showing that one. But if you're watching right now on our YouTube channel for Kibla FM, you're going to see a young man laying down on the stretch, right? And you can see the wound has been dressed up. Gunshot wound. Let me tell you something. If this had happened in America here, okay, and I go on social media, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, and I say, hey, listen, look at this photo. Hey, a gentleman right here got shot by somebody. And then I just say that. Okay, within 24 hours, they're going to track me down to ask me info about this shooting. Who shot who? They're going to try to find out. That's what they do in America here. They're going to find out. Just by me showing that and saying someone has been shot, it immediately becomes a criminal issue. They're going to find me and be like, hey, listen, we seen you on video. You showed a photograph of a gentleman with a gunshot wound. Who is that individual? They're going to pressure me. That's the way things are done. Those are investigations that has amounted to the criminal level. Okay, if you show someone with a stab, a knife stab or something, gunshot wound, etc., those are all criminal issues. So if you don't show them on video and you keep it in your house, that's different. But the moment you come out to say, hey, someone has been shot, they need to go get you. They will find you and they're going to get info as to who is this person on the video, who shot him. That's how law and law enforcement is done here in America. Go ahead, my brother.
Perfect. Mr. Fuad, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can ask, we should ask ourselves, since when has Kennedy Agyapong began talking about Anas issue? And these evidences that he is bringing, it is too much. It is even too much for the state investigation bodies to invite Anas to answer questions about this. And the same time, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong,
Exactly. That's the point, because he's the one that came out to present these evidences. Oh boy, I think we lost that caller. We lost him. He has said something very, very credible. He had made good points, but if the evidence would warrant for Anas to be picked up, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is definitely going to be a part of the case as a witness. That is a fact. He's going to be a part of the case as a witness because he's the one alleged. We're going back to the phone line to listen to another caller. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mr. Mwakohene speaking, my friend.
Yes, sir. You're live on Kibla FM.
How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you.
Good. Well, I'm very happy you brought this issue again.
Yes, sir.
About Anas and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Basically, I was listening to a caller saying Anas' work has affected some people, right? What about those people who got caught in the act of corruption? How many people they affected their work? That's the question you should ask. Let me say this thing again. Anybody who get caught through an ass investigation won't be just sentenced just like that. You have to go to court, hire a lawyer to defend you. If you couldn't defend yourself well, or the evidence is overwhelming, you found guilty. So it's not like as soon as Anas did his investigation, that's it, and you have to go to court. That's not the case at all. And when they go to court, there's a lawyer and there's a judge there. So anyone who found guilty, he's really guilty. We have enough evidence to prosecute the person.
But Mr. Amakuhini, let me come in right here. You're listening to Kibla FM. My name is Fuad Omar. Mr. Amakuhini, brother from the United Kingdom. The big cases, the major cases, after Anas shows them on the screen, most of them, though, according to some people, go cold. We don't hear about the outcomes. So you cannot say with 100% certainty that those people go through the court and they're found guilty because of the investigation. Example, some of these judges that he investigated, a lot of them got suspended or they took some deals. You know, deals means you've not been taken through the entire process, but you cut deals. And some of them are still in court dealing with the cases. So to say that they find them guilty, it's making it sound as though, you know, all of them do go through the system and that the evidences are just, you know, 100%. But from what we're hearing, though, most of the major cases, they go cold. You know, either the parties die in the process or they cut deals, you know, they accept some responsibilities, or, the whole thing falls apart because the evidences are not connected. So, you know, that's what we're hearing. But from what you've said right now, you're making it sound as though they all go through the process and all the time Anas's, investigation leads to criminal prosecution and conviction. Go ahead, brother.
I never said that. I don't know most of the outcome of Anas cases, but I know at least the judges, a lot has been sacked because most of them were found guilty. Okay, so even though they are lawyers,
when you say they're found guilty, are you suggesting that they've all been taken through the trial system at the courts?
Of course.
Oh, that's news then. That's new. The brother has a question for you. The brother has a question. Yes, sir. Brother Isaac, go ahead. Please.
Please, can I come? Yes, yes,
Yes.
thank you. My brother from United Kingdom, I appreciate your contribution. But I want to say something.
Yes, sir.
Let if someone brings a investigation piece, a video, out to the public before setting up a commission or a committee to sit on the issue, what have you done? First of all, you have ascertained a public judgment. What happened during the judge's time? I'm in Ghana. Sometimes my brothers or sisters who are from the outside countries, when sometimes when they talk, I see that there are some informations they don't have that we here following the issue boot to boot, we understand what really happened during the judge's time. After Anna showed those videos, and further or not, most of us didn't really go into it. But people hear, oh, some judges have been caught in Anna's video. So automatically everybody judge that, oh, the judges are corrupt. But most of the people don't even go to look at the video. All right. Then President Mahama set a commission to, sit on the case. So another top judges have to sit on the case of those judges whose video has been brought up by Anas. When you judge, they call the judges one by one in the commission. Then Anas people, they lie down, they sit down. In three people are sitting down, covering their face. Then look at the whole judge sitting down, judging this case. Then his fellow judge, who is a victim, the fellow judge who is a victim asks a question that, oh, maybe where did I take this thing, or what happened to? They can choose. Those announced people, the three people sitting down there, they can choose to even answer the question or not. Secondly, when they want to answer, they talk to each other and then just answer the question. Now, after the commission sat down, after the period, then the top judges said that no, when you look at the cases, there are some of the judges that they can't really victimize them. They can't really characterize them as being corrupt in the video. Right? But the problem is, what happened is, but since the public has already seen the video, or the public has already heard that the judges have been corrupt and the Anas has caught them, when you come and say that, oh, about 20 judges, we have to reinstate them because you don't see any crime they have offended, the public are going to say that, oh, it is because they are it is their collect judges, they are pardoning them. So based on that, all those judges were dismissed, and those are the judges whose issue are in court now.
Interesting.
They even send it to ECOWAS court or something.
Very
and
interesting.
I don't know the outcome of it. You see, the issue about Anas, as early on when I began talking, I was saying that once upon a time, when you hear the name of Anas, then people want to find somewhere to pass, because the name has got a hype to the extent that we know that person is a saint. All right, we all know that person is a saint because he go undercover. We don't know how he gets information. Then he video people and bring it out. From the beginning, I used to applaud him because he was doing a great job. He was able to undercover one doctor in Medina who, when people go to do abortion, he has sex with them and stuff. It's a good job. And at the end of the investigation, when they were going to arrest the doctor, they went with the police. So definitely that investigation he did in Medina 2009, that investigation was a collaboration with the police. So when you are doing an investigation with the collaboration of a state institution, a state investigation body, you are covered by the law. Because to invade somebody's privacy, you need the security protection to do that. But when you go without any security protection, go plant cameras to just
incriminate
trap someone
people.
to get him, it's against the law. Please. It's invasion of privacy.
Anyway,
I will look for a
I
video.
think, can I come in?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think my
Go
time
ahead,
will
coming.
speak
brother.
so much.
I
It's so
think
long.
brother,
Yes, please.
brother Makuhini wants to withdraw from his initial stand. He wants to withdraw. Go ahead, Makuhini.
I want to know what what I was doing it.
Go ahead.
My friend in Ghana, don't ever think because you are in abroad, so you don't follow what is going on in Ghana. Especially these days when internet is more effective in Ghana, we listen to everything more or less. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So some
Correct.
of the facts
Correct.
you got
Correct.
and all that, and now sit down with the three guys and all that. Why do you hear all this? Can Japan say all this on there? People follow to it. Because
No,
at the
no,
end
no,
of the
no,
day,
no, no,
when
no,
the judge
no, no,
case
please.
happened, hold on. When the judge issue happened in Ghana, nobody talk like the way you talking now. Except now, can Japan start attacking the guy, and everybody try to jump to the bandwagon. But he has a mission. You know why he's doing that? Because MPP is in power. He's scared. Simple as that.
But
That's why
Mr.
he started that crusade.
Mr. Amakuhini,
Okay?
you know, if you can quite remember,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, when a video came out that Anas has been caught, over a land dispute, etc., etc. You were a part of this discussion on Kibla FM at that time, and most of us agree that hey, if it's indeed Anas doing this, it might be wrong for him to do that. If it's confirmed that it's Anas doing all this to people.
I
Based on
didn't agree
no,
with that.
I'm coming.
So don't
I'm
say
coming
both
though.
of us.
Okay,
No.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me just, if it was Anas, everything that Mr. Kennedy Agyapong had said about Anas, taking away people's land, etc., by force or because he's got connection and influence. If indeed what he's doing is just that, if those statements are fact, then
Okay.
Anas could be looked at as a bad guy because that's not a way you should do
Okay.
things. And also,
Okay.
and also that I added at that time that I wouldn't take even if that video shows Anas, I wouldn't take that video entirely, and say that means Anas is wrong. No, I had mentioned that
That's right.
land issues are litigation
Now
issues.
you are
Yes.
Now you are talking. My
Yes,
friend. Now you are talking.
land issues are litigation issues, and that Anas is in court or could has options. So if the case is in court, just because he recorded him on video doesn't mean we should conclude that hey, Anas is in the wrong. That's not how you do it. But now this current revelation by Mr. Kennedy Agyapong has shown a gentleman with a gunshot wound being shattered. Okay, the gentleman is bloodied at the hospital. Some of the images we cannot show you, and I'm telling you, as a matter of fact, in the United Kingdom, where you live, and here in the United States, if you go on video today and show a photograph of a person and say, hey, this guy in my neighborhood got shot last night, or got shot, or somebody sent his man to go shoot him. If you say this on video, as a matter of fact, it will not be 24 hours and they will come knocking on your doors. You know that. Why? Because these are criminal pictures. What you see on the video and the photographs could lead you to solve a crime. And officers are trained. They're on social media right now. So why is it that in Ghana it doesn't happen that way? Because we're not saying everything that Mr. Kennedy is doing is 100%. No, but
Okay.
if he has made available
Okay.
this images, bloodied images of a gentleman being shot,
Okay.
why can't an investigation be commenced? And many people will ask.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. My friend was saying something. I want to respond to it.
Yeah, raise your voice. I know
Anas is-
you're feeling the heat.
Yeah.
I know it's hot, but just
Yeah.
yes.
You're good. No problem. No problem at all. You don't have to be sent to do investigation. Okay.
Okay.
So people think Anas is He's not a saint and he's not a saint. Anas is doing his job as a journalist. He's not a saint. Okay, so imagine Anas done something wrong. That doesn't mean he shouldn't do his work.
So you agree that investigation. You agree
with a clean hands.
You agree though that you agree. I'm okay. You agree 100% that these bloodied videos, images being made available to the public by Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, it paints criminal act on that video. Either that person, because hey, officers. Yes, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yes. What I'm saying, you saw some images. You said, yeah.
Yes.
And Kennedy Agyapong attributed that to Anas, right?
Yes.
And you believe it?
No. Here's what I said. I'm not saying I believe it. No. I'm not saying I believe it. No. I'm not saying I believe it, and I'm not saying Anas sent someone to go do it. But Mr. Kennedy Agyapong being bold and saying that on video, okay, and showing the images, that is enough. See, look, if you're an officer and you're watching videos on social media.
I understand what you're saying.
So that means you agree. You agree 100% that it's a criminal. It's a criminal photo.
They should call Kennedy Agyapong, but not Anas. Okay. They should call Kennedy Agyapong how he got that video, why he said.
No, actually, they will pay both of them visit. Both of them need to be paid a visit.
They have to invite both of them.
Both of them.
That is how you do investigation.
That's why one is a witness, the other one is a potential suspect.
It's not just investigation, you know.
And this is saying that is how we do investigation.
Who he alleges must prove beyond reasonable doubt. Okay.
Yes,
so Anas, in effect, they can call Anas, even though he says it's Anas, right? They should find why he says it's Anas.
Let me give you an example. Here in America, in Chicago, a couple of years back, a young woman, videos and images circulated on the internet showing gentlemen claiming that they had raped a young woman. Within 24 hours, they tracked down the images and videos because what they said on that video is criminal, or what the officers saw on that video is potentially a criminal issue. And when they investigated, indeed, they committed a crime in Chicago. That's law. So what we've seen on these images is a gentleman being shot, and they're saying Anas sent his men to go shoot people. Mr. Amakuhine. This is a simple issue. They should invite Anas and invite Mr. Kennedy. Which we're not talking about land dispute. This is, people shooting each other. Yes.
What I'm saying, my friend.
Yes, sir.
What? I'm saying, if Kennedy Agyapong brought some video and he said it's Anas, okay, they can probably invite Anas. That's fine.
Both of them.
But Kennedy Agyapong should be invited and show why he said it's Anas and how he got that. The footages.
The police will do that. That's a good point. The police will do
anywhere to allege this one done this or this one done that. That's not fair. That's not enough. When you go to court and when you go to certain place, you can't just say anything like that. You're sitting in your TV and radio station and alleging and making one allegation. That's why he couldn't go to court. He's still sitting on his TV all the time. Couple of months ago, not too long ago, the same Kennedy Agyapong, he said there's the MP, which is what's his name again? MP died in East Legon. My friend in the other side, probably you can tell me what's his name?
The MP that
are you on the line?
Got assassinated.
I'm on the line. Dankwa. Something Dankwa.
Right.
He was an
JB Dankwa.
What about
2 years ago? JB Dankwa. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yes. About a couple of months ago, the same Kennedy Agyapong said Mahama and one of his aides killed him. Okay? Because they were chasing one with the same woman. And the guy is sitting around and all that. So because he said that they should invite Mahama, they should invite this. The guy who alleges, they should invite him.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you something. Here in America, if you open your mouth and say to officers or in the public place that this and this or so person committed a murder, they're not going to say just because you said it, they don't care. They're not going to visit him. They're going to go pay him a visit. They're going to go knock his doors. Let me give you an example. There was a criminal issue, a murder case, or, a suspected murder case here in America years back. And they held a press conference. And members of the public were not invited. But if you want to go, you're welcome to go. I was one of the individuals who went into that press conference and took a seat. I sat right there. And I was sitting down, listening to all this. They had FBI's, they had all these security agencies over there. I was sitting there listening to the whole thing because I was a member of the community. And it lasted about 3 hours. Every 2 minutes, I could see one of the officers looking at me from the, mics. They kept looking at me. So at the end of the conference, I left to go home. I took a plate of food, sat on the table. I heard the door being knocked. Boom, 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 boom. Opened the door. Who was that? It was investigators. They just for me being there or, showing up. They want to know from me, do I know anything relating to this case? So this investigation, I did not even say a word, but they paid me a visit. You get my point?
My friend.
Yes, sir.
I know. You and I know in this country, you can't be such allegation and score free. You know that.
So that means you agree that what Kenneth Agyapong has proven or has shown yesterday is enough for criminal investigation.
I'm coming.
Yes, sir.
They're scared of him. Even me.
They're scared of who?
If I made the same kind of allegation in Ghana,
they're scared of who?
I made the same. Maybe they'll come and arrest me straight away. Even lesser than that.
So that means they're scared of Anas.
I'm giving an example. Hold on.
Okay, Mr. Isaac. Now, Amwakuhini says they're scared of Anas. That's why they're not arresting him. Okay, go ahead, Amwakuhini.
I'm not saying they're scared of Anas. I'm not saying this. I'm saying they're scared of Kennedy Agyapong.
Oh, but can you
making all this sort of
no.
What I'm telling you is that
Mr.
couple of months ago,
yes,
he alleged Mahama and something Dogwe killed that MP.
Stand up.
Killed that MP. And Mama is nobody call him.
No, how do you know no one called you? How do you know? How do you know no one visited him?
Mr. Makohene. Mr. Makohene. Please, can I come in?
Go ahead.
Yes. You see, look at the scenario Mr. Fuad gave just now. He just went for a conference or a discussion. Just after the discussion, he came home and a state institution
they knocked on my door
to come and invite him to question him.
Exactly.
Now, a whole member of parliament sat on TV to claim. I listened to him. He said that he made those revelations and said that so and so person is involved in the killing of JB. I don't want to mention him, but he said when he said that, and he added that more than a year now, he started talking, and the BNI and the National Security invited him, and he said all this to them. They haven't done anything. So I'm coming. If he said that on TV, and we all heard, National Security and BNI have heard him, and they've heard him saying that he has given them this information. We haven't heard National Security. We haven't heard BNI about this. All right. Now, when he talks, he mentioned police officers' name. He mentioned some top officials who are behind Anas. Why is it that the security agencies do not come out to say that, oh, what he said is not true? We are inviting him to come and answer questions with regards to what he said. They are not doing that. Why are they doing that? It's not because they are afraid of the man. Why are you, if they are afraid of him, why are they afraid of him? Does he hold gun? Is he higher than the state institutions? Is he higher than national security? No. When you are afraid of someone, it's two things. Whether you are afraid of some truth he's saying, or you are afraid because he holds your secret. So why don't they invite him? Invite the rest of the people.
Okay. Let me come in
They
here.
are not
Good-
doing
good
that
point.
because,
Good
my brother,
point.
you know that
Let me come
in
in.
this,
Let me come
they are
in.
not
Let
doing
me
that
come in here.
because,
Let me give you why they're scared of him.
please,
Let
let
me tell
me
you why they're
land.
scared of him. Okay.
Let me land. Let
I
me
think
land.
you
Let
make
me
your
land. Let me
you
land.
make enough.
They are not inviting. Yo, let me just land for a few seconds.
Land. Go
They are
ahead
not
and
doing
land.
that because the institutions are not working. We don't have to run. We are not. We shouldn't beat around the bush. Institutions are not working. They are not working.
Okay.
So if they are not working,
Okay.
and someone has some information,
My friend in Ghana. Yeah. I think when Swally died,
my brother.
even though it was linked to him,
Yes.
some people say he killed him. So police should go and
Yes.
arrest him just like that because they said
Yes.
it's him.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
And he
No,
was invited.
I mean, police
He
and
was
court, it's not
invited.
like sitting on the TV and radio and make some wild allegation, They need proper evidence because in court, there's a straight proof. Straight proof. It's not like making any
So,
sweeping statement and making unnecessary argument on the radio, on the TV, and score free. This man, Kennedy Agyapong, talking
but
about.
you know what?
There was a demonstration.
But what Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is saying on TV?
Let me flow.
Okay,
There
please.
was a demonstration in
Yes, sir.
Winneba. Okay. And he said, and I think
in the school.
he went there,
In the
something
school.
like that. Yeah,
Yes,
in the school. And he went there. And the policeman or whatever, I mean, the comment was there. The guys stand there and say, hey, if you did, I'll make sure you sack. He said that, right? Because he said that because he's MP. That's why you'll be able to have boldness and things like that. He's not policeman. He's not president. He's not minister. He's no one. But he stand there and say, if the guy misbehave, he'll make sure he'll be sacked. Agyapong said that, right? So if I say they're scared of him, and you pretend as if you don't know they're scared of him. MPP scared of Agyapong. Police scared of Agyapong.
Can I come in?
So many people scared of Agyapong. Because
please,
so many things he
can
did.
I come in?
I mean, he insulted the whole parliament anyway.
No, Mr. Makohene. You're listening to Kibla FM. My name is Fuad Umar.
Can I come in?
Mr. Makohene.
I'm not going way wide.
No.
What I'm saying to you now.
You're making a good point.
If Agyapong think, he got enough evidence, he got proper evidence, they should send an announcement to court.
No, but you and I know something that is quite clear, okay? We know in law enforcement, we have something that we call probable cause, right? That is the first step that authorities or law enforcement use. That is the first step. Probable cause is them looking at something and thinking reasonably it can lead to criminal prosecution, etc. If they have probable cause, they do one of two things: either arrest a suspect or they get a warrant to search their cars, their houses, etc., etc. Now, if they see an image of someone being shot or having been shot, that is enough. That has met that standard of probable cause. So the next step is go and obtain a warrant, either for an arrest or to search for more evidences. But if you don't do any of this thing,
arrest who?
Hey, listen. If they visit you, authorities have one thing. That's why they pay you a visit.
Yeah.
If they sit down with
they
you,
should arrest who?
No, that's why I'm coming. They're gonna sit down with you. They're gonna talk to you. You're going to tell them who this person is. They're going to talk to the other party. The other party is going to give a version of his story. And at the end of the day, one person is going to be picked up. That is how they do their thing. They're going to hear your version, they hear their version, and they're going to make a decision. That is why when officers stop you, if they intervene in a dispute, they separate individuals. They tell one person to stay here. The other person stand in this corner. They stand in this corner. Different officers will go talk to different parties. At the end of the day, they come together and see where the scale as to who is telling the truth. The liar will be picked up and prosecuted. You and I know that.
Yeah.
So in this case, there's a probable cause. So you agree that it is, time for action. If
I know,
okay.
and I believe.
Okay, thank you.
Agyapong should be called. Okay.
And Anas should be also called because his name is in the whole thing.
Anas should be called. Why not? Why not? Yes.
Okay.
If he needs to be called, Agyapong should be called first.
But Kennedy Agyapong, though, he had said that he's ready.
When they call him, hold on.
He said he's ready. Yes, sir.
When they call him, he might probably say, "Oh, I was lying." So they doesn't need to call Anas the other day.
No, I just don't. I don't think. I'll be shocked, and I'll be really shocked if it comes out that he's lying.
I'm not saying. I'm saying he should the first person should be called because you don't know what he's saying because he alleged, right?
Yes.
But he has opportunity, and Anas took Agyapong to court.
Let me tell you something right now. Let's do a test.
Anyway,
let's do a test.
Hold on.
Let's do a test. I'm going to put a bet on you right now, live on Kibla FM. This is a bet. Okay, if I go off air right now, and I go to NYPD, and I tell them, listen, NYPD, there's a brother in London. Okay, he has a freezer inside his house or apartment, and he's got human remains inside the freezer. I can bet you less than 24 hours they're going to start looking around where you live. That's just how it works. Because that sounds criminal. What I told them sounds criminal. That is how this system works. That is the law. That is law enforcement.
Okay, Fuad,
yes, sir.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Fuad, listen to me now.
Yes.
Agyapong makes so many allegations against Anas.
Yes.
He said Anas killed JB Dangwa one time. He says Anas killed Swale. He said Anas killed. He said so many things about Anas. The police have probably started to do that. And they found out when you say things like that and you go and investigate it, it comes from nothing.
They have to penalize people for saying that, if that is the case.
Time he's saying that. But because this man is MPP guy, MPP, that's why he's just walking around and say all this. One time when they were in opposition, he made pronouncement. So, you go and I can't say whatever. You even charged for treason anyway. If he's today, he will never even call it. He will never even invited.
Brother Isaac, go ahead and give him some fire.
Because his MPP is in power.
Yes, please, can I come in?
Go ahead, Brother Isaac. Go ahead.
Like that.
Mr. Makohene.
Yes, sir.
Please, can I come in?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Please, first of all, you gave an information about what happened in the university in Winneba when the students were demonstrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You see, sometimes people put information on the social media.
Mm-hmm.
Some journalists or some media bodies put some information out there for a purpose. We saw a video of students demonstrating. Then 2 members of parliament were in their midst. And 1 member of parliament was telling a policeman that he cracked. When just had na memaya woro atali adena wo yes adena you know kasa wonti. Then the video went off. The video was actually less than 30 seconds video. Can we ask ourselves what happened before he made that comments that when the policeman doesn't take care, he will make them remove his uniform? That means something went on. He will not just go on and tell you that I will let you remove your uniform. Now, it went on for 5 good days. People were bashing this man until he accused the police administration that tell the truth about what really happened there. First, on that incident, they issued a press statement against him that he has assaulted a police officer, so he needs to be invited. The second 2 days, he also bashed them that they should come and tell the real story. 5 days after the day of incident, then some police officers have to go behind the scene to plead to him that they should cut the line, they should cut the issue. And he said no, they should come public and state what really happened. No, what really happened? Oh, no, Mr. Mokohene. No,
He
Mr.
got
Makuhene,
no
you
right
don't
to say
understand
what
what I
he
mean.
said. He
I
could
was
not
saying,
justify
no,
what
no,
he said.
oh,
Don't
no,
justify what he said. Even though
I'm
police
coming,
were wrong,
please.
he
I'm
has
not
no right
justifying.
to say what he said.
Mr.
He doesn't
Mr.
know what.
Makuhene,
Go on.
Mr. Makuhene, please let me
Yes.
land so that you understand.
Yes.
Then
Okay.
five. What I'm saying is, he was telling them they should come and say the truth. What happened before that incident happened? Then later, 5 days after the incident, then the police came to make the revelation about what really happened. Now, what happened was there is this demonstration. Students are demonstrating because there is one man who has sabotaged some chancellor or whatever, and he has been removed. And when he came, he's doing worse. So the students do not want him. So they are demonstrating. Now, the member of parliament there came there to talk to him. And he happened to be a friend and a lawyer to Kennedy Agyapong. So he went there with him. So when he went there with him, the whole Kennedy Agyapong was able to talk to the guys, and they did what? They cooled them down. So there was one confrontation behind them between one policeman and then one student. Then the honorable member, which is Aremeyaw Markins, told the guys that they should stop what they are doing. They are talking to the guys, so they should stop the confrontation.
Hmm.
Then they hear one who they will shoot them. Do you understand? Please listen? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
He has already surrendered.
Not listen to it because it's digression because this is different. I bring that example.
I'm not.
Because
Please.
Why
Let me land.
please.
Let me land.
Hold on. I understand what
I'm
you're saying.
coming.
I brought that example.
And I haven't finished. Please.
Because what
Please,
said,
I haven't finished.
What
I haven't finished. Please. Oh, please. I haven't finished. So the policeman actually said to the students that when they fool, they will shoot them. Then, if you are a member of parliament, you've come to a place of chaos. You are able to talk to the students, and they are now calm. And one police officer is telling the students that when you fool, I will shoot you. You, the police officer, why are you there? You are there to maintain peace and order. So if you kill a student, how many police officers are there? Are they 1,000? When you shoot one student, how many students are there?
Boy, the brother has the network issue. We've lost him. We have about 15, 20 minutes to go to wrap up this. Go ahead, Brother Makuhene. Yes.
Yeah. What I said, I give an example why they're scared of him. He is not police commander. He is not Minister of Interior. He's just MP for Aseng, whatever. So he stand in front of the police and said, "Oh, I'll make you. Maybe I'll sack you more or less." That's what he said in a way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he got that power. People, that's why they're scared of him. I was trying to tell you why they're scared of him. Because he got no right to say what he said. No right forever. Because MPP is in power. That's why he can say that. If imagine NDC is in power, can he say that?
So you take the "I'll sack you" statement to mean that he can he would no. It could mean other things though. It could mean that I'll file a complaint against you with your superior and get you disciplined.
He could have said that. I'm not gonna say that for him.
Yeah, but it could be the context in which he spoke.
Yes. Means, what I'm saying to you, that's why they're scared of him. And listen, MPP, entire MPP scared of him. He insulted parliamentarians, he insulted all the leaders, but they stay around. Nobody. I know a lot of MPP guys. I mean, top guys. They done they commit far less than what Japan did. And they were stuck. Japan is walking around.
arrest, the whole thing about arrest Aremeyaw that people are calling for. I think some people don't get it. When you're arrested,
it's not.
When you're arrested,
It's not.
Go ahead.
It's not a problem to arrest Anas, but you can't go and arrest people just like that.
No, but let me make it clear: the people that I'm not calling for any arrest. I'm just calling for authorities to do their job. What I'm saying is that when you arrest a person, okay, it does not mean the person is guilty. Police sometimes they arrest you so they can question you further, and after the questioning, they can decide whether to charge you criminally. After that, you go to court. But they seize you. Arrest means they seize you, and go from there. So based on the probable cause, there should be an arrest in this case. Go ahead.
If police invite Anas, you know. You would.
So do you think if officers had arrested Anas or invited him for questioning, they will now share those details with Mr. Agyapong?
No, why?
They should, because he's the one making the allegation.
If they invite Agyapong, of course.
So that means he has not. It has not happened. That means it has not happened
because of what he's doing.
Yes.
Because of what he's doing and because of what he's talking about Anas and all this, and now sue him for defamation. So you should go to court and prove it. All that. So good enough. So good enough. You got an evidence. So far as I'm concerned, he said he got an evidence, right? So you go to court and show all of them. It's not like your TVs and you say, oh, if you don't show, I will sack you and all that kind of. You go to court, and the court will examine the evidence he has.
Now,
at
the end of the day,
he's useless level.
At the end of the day, the court will decide.
That on TV or radio.
Aremeyaw is innocent until proven guilty by a court of law.
Right.
That's a fact.
And Anas sent him to court so that he can prove it.
And
it's not him sending Anas to court.
On the other hand, though, even though he's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, at the same time, the evidence shown yesterday or last night on TV, Mr. Agyapong had shown a photo of a gentleman shot, gunshot wounds, okay? And he has said clearly that he said Anas's man named Van Dam. He did that.
How can you verify this? How can you verify this?
That is the job. That is the job of the police officers, because this is criminal issue. So they should take it over as a probable cause and investigate and invite the parties and do justice. We're not talking about land dispute.
I said to you,
yes,
this man every day make an allegation, wild one, shipping statements on
but
TV.
Hey, have you seen any time during this?
Enough.
But to many though, this is the first time he has shown an image of someone violently shot. This is the first time. So
you can shoot anyone. You can show anyone shot.
So
have you seen Anas shooting someone?
No, that comes after. But you agree though that those images, you agree that image shows a probable cause that investigators should be involved. You agree?
Probable cause, yes, but if you say it's Anas,
no, that one you cannot say. You cannot say it's Anas, but because he said that Anas's boys did it. Okay, he said Anas's boys did it.
Listen, if Anas's boys did it, it's not Anas did it.
That's the job. Exactly,
okay?
That is the job of investigators. Once they start going, they figure it out.
You should go and arrest Anas boys, not Anas. But I don't believe that anyway. I don't believe that.
You don't believe that Anas's boys shot him?
Because he said so many things. I said John Mahama. He said John Mahama killed the MP because they were chasing the same girl. Not 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago. He said that.
And how do you know it's not true?
It's true. I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying he said that.
Hey, that's why they need to be a day in court so they can tell who's lying and who's saying the truth. Enough of the big talk on TV. Go to court. Authorities need to open investigation and get a day in court so we can get, for once,
what I know,
who's responsible for some of these crimes. Go ahead.
What I know, he accused Kwaku Bako as a Galamsey man. Kwaku Bako sued him in court, and they are in court now.
Who won the case?
And the last time I heard Kwaku Bako was there. He can we can withdraw the case to and I mean he was apologizing more or less. He was begging.
Oh, he begged
So
Kwaku
he
Bako.
make all this allegation on radio and TV forcefully.
So, Mr. Isaac,
and now,
Mr. Isaac, supposedly, Honorable Agyapong in the past had made wild allegations against Kwaku Bako, and then later on came apologizing to him. I don't know anything about that.
Yes, Kwaku Bako said it.
Mr. Fuad.
Yes.
Mr. Fuad.
Yes.
An option.
Brother Isaac, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna accept it, but you need to fulfill my conditions. You go to the same radio.
Please, can I
go to the same place.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say what I said.
Go ahead, Brother Isaac. Go ahead.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, please, can I come in?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. We're listening.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I want Kennedy Japan. I apologize to Kwaku Bako. Kwaku Bako have never said that.
So, Mr. Marco Henry, you making things up then?
Blogger.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It was blogger. And I'm coming. The man himself, Ken himself, came and said that he has never apologized to him. And Kwaku Bako hasn't replied that comment. You understand? You see, what we are doing now is like we are protecting some people. Like I'm supporting Ken and someone is supporting another. No, we shouldn't do that. Let's look at the issue. We shouldn't do that. Let's look at the issue.
Shouldn't do what?
The whole problem is the systems are not. No, we shouldn't be like we are supporting the personality. You understand?
I'm not supporting any personality. I'm saying
we should look at the issue.
You guys are supporting Agyapong.
No, but
which guys?
I'm not supporting anyone.
Which guys?
No, don't.
He alleged.
So can I also say you are supporting Anas? I'm coming. Mr. Mwako, can I say they are also supporting Anas?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mwako, can I say you are supporting Anas? No, I can't say that because you are showing your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are showing your point of view. We are also showing our point of view. I'm also showing my point of view. You understand? But it's like we shouldn't be like the person attacking someone or supporting someone. When someone makes an allegation, what the person is saying are very damn. What Kennedy Agyapong is saying are very damning allegations.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Serious country having intelligence, having security intelligence will sit down and watch him. Why am I saying will sit down and watch him? They have to open investigations. You see, right people will believe that what Ken is saying, that Anas is above the law, is true. Because he has said a lot of things.
And you are in government.
And invite.
Yeah,
and also, I'm coming. Yes. I'm coming. And also, please, I'm coming.
Go ahead.
And also inviting the person he's accusing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And there are evidences that the land issue he's talking about. Please.
Go ahead.
If they invite him, how do we know?
Yeah.
If they invite him or invite the two of them, we will definitely know. You understand?
Okay.
It will definitely go into investigations and then but okay, but the police, the security agencies, and we all in this country, we are experiencing what is happening. All right. Now he has accused Anas of taking people's land, claiming people's land, claiming Roman sisters' land and all that. And this issue are in court. Some of them are in court. And I'm coming. Just last 2 weeks, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, some of the land issue in court, 5 judges sat on it. And a ruling has come 5-0 against Anas. So those people that he's having that land issue with them, which is in that court right now. That people have to go and claim their land because they have the land title, and then Anna is not having the land title. That is what the court is saying. All right.
Have you read the judgment? Have you read it? The decision of the court.
Yeah.
You've read it. Okay.
If they got all the information from Canada,
you know. I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. Please, Mr. Magohene. The verdict. So I'm coming. If someone should come on TV and put a verdict and show it to the camera for us to read that there is a verdict.
Cool.
That there is a what?
The land litigation, the land people and Anas. All right, fine.
Mm-hmm.
This verdict is out, okay, and then we have all seen. Definitely, judges and then top hierarchy people in this country have also seen it. So if it is a lie that there is no such verdict, that there is a 5-0 judgment against Anas on the land issue, why are they sitting down? And why don't they question him that, please, you are putting dust into the eyes of the people? So do you say, please,
who's sitting down? Who's sitting down?
Yeah, so if you say that we heard the verdict from Agyapong, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that if that verdict is lie, yes, because it goes from the show, and nobody is talking about Anas issue than Honorable Kenny. All right. So if any information will come from him that there is a court verdict,
not true. I can mention one to you straight away if you want to hear that.
He says
which one?
What example? Give an example.
You have to give an example.
Yes.
The guy from Ghana. Do you want to give an example?
Yeah, he said yes. He said yes.
When he talk
okay.
Please, and I'm asking that when he talked about the Wyoming case, was it a lie?
Wyoming case, yeah. It was accountant general report or whatever. It's not Agyapong investigation. If you guys don't know, sometimes I'm so surprised you say Agyapong, bro. Agyapong doesn't know any Wyoming case, you know. He mentioned that in Parliament. It's not his investigation. It's not his investigation at all.
Okay. So if there is a report, my brother, if there is a report, please, if there is a report and the media has no information about it, and someone happens to be a whistleblower, what has the person done?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's his job anyway. What's wrong with that? It's not only him growing something in Ghana. Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you one thing.
What has he said which is a lie? What has he said which is a lie?
Okay. When number 12 come out, it's number 12, and that's talking about the football association. Okay. Anes came on air and said, because I think Nanado was in the video, something like that. Anas and Kwekubakun went to the.
His name was mentioned in the video. Please, let's be emphatic.
He said Nanado was not in the video.
His name was mentioned in the video.
The name was mentioned, but he was not on the video. No.
Okay. Anas and Kwekubakun went to Nanado office. And according to Agyapong, you can only see Nanado, Kwekubakun, and Anas. And the video came out. Agyapong came on his TV and said, Kwekubakun secretly video Nanado and send it to YouTube. It was only 3 of them in the room. Agyapong said that. So Kwekubakun is a traitor. He said so many things about it. And Kwaku came out and he said, that's a lie. There was 10 people there. And our side, 5 people. And Nanado side, 5 people. Abujapo was there. He met 5 people, and Akufo-Addo brother, what is his name? The Akufo-Addo brothers, 5 people actually said 10 people. But Agyapong came to radio and TV and laughed. He doesn't know. Just to tarnish and to black the guy, so Kwekubakun secretly video Nanado where they were there and put on there. If Kwaku didn't come out, and express himself. Like Anas didn't do it. Anas doesn't respond to Agyapong. That's why they keep saying all this, because wherever Agyapong said on air, Anas never came on come and say it's true or not true. Because so far as Anas is concerned, he sent him to court.
Mr. Makohene,
you can't say anything.
Mr. Makohene.
Over there, you got to prove it.
Mr. Makohene.
So Agyapong is a pure lie.
Mr.
And he said Agyapong was there.
So let me make a point, though. Let me make a point real quick. Let me make a point. My name is Fuad. You're listening to Kibla FM. Gentlemen, let me make a point. If you're listening to Kibla FM, this is political open discussion. So you're welcome to call in and make a point. If you have a comment, call in and say something. Okay? That's what we do on these episodes of political open discussion. Here's the case. Mr. Makohene talking about Mr. Kweku Bako recording His Excellency the President and, saying the Honorable Agyapong claim that's what happened. All of those, even if they go through the legal system, those are civil issues. They're not close to what we're looking at on the screen. The allegation that we're looking at on the screen is more serious than what you've been saying. We're talking about someone getting shot. And the allegation is that, yes, sir.
What?
The allegation is that.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
No. I said what I said because I said what's a lie.
Okay.
Talking about his life so much.
But you agree that the images that Kennedy Agyapong shared yesterday is more serious than all these things you've been saying. You agree?
It's no. Listen, Swale was killed. He showed Swale on his TV, and Swale was killed.
Okay, let's take an example here. Let's do justice. Let's do justice here. Because on Kibla FM, we always balanced. We balanced. We always balanced. We listen to the left, we listen to the right, and the center. That's what we do. You mentioned Swale. Ahmed Swale. May God forgive him. Because, it's sad and very tragic how he ended. Let's be fair and, very fair here. When Ahmed Swale was assassinated, when he was killed, right? When he was killed, Kennedy Agyapong's name was mentioned. Was that correct? Yes or no? His name was mentioned. Yes or no? I'm asking you, my brother.
For me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Yeah. His name was mentioned. A lot of people mention his name because
okay.
His speech. Otherwise,
good.
Yes.
Good. Let's do justice here. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
You said yes.
Yeah.
The whole world, you've heard him on Kibla FM. He said yes. When Swale was murdered, assassinated, Kennedy Agyapong's name was mentioned. And when his name was mentioned, when people suspected that he had done something wrong, did police go to Agyapong and talk to him? Did they go to him? Yes or no?
They did.
They did. Thank you. The whole world, you've heard him. He said yes. When that assassination happened and the name of Honorable Agyapong was mentioned, the officers did invited him. They went and had a discussion with him. They took it serious because they wanted to know who did it. In this case, others would argue that Anas's name has been mentioned in this, shooting. That brother was shot, and Kennedy Agyapong is saying that Anas's one of his men did it. So in this case, why isn't the police also visiting the other parties? That would be the argument.
Okay,
you get my point?
Fuad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Fuad.
Yeah.
They invited Kennedy Agyapong not because someone somewhere mentioned his name. That wasn't the case.
According to what I've heard, though, Anas was one of the people that, implied that Agyapong had a hand in it. So for that reason, police officers.
That's not the reason why they invited.
Oh, that's not the case. That's what we heard.
That was the case. That was
the reason why.
That was
okay. Brother Isaac is
it.
saying that is the case. Brother Isaac, what was the case? Was that the case? Because according to what we've heard, is that after Swallow was assassinated, Anas had made either direct or indirect. He implied that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had a connection or he played a role in the whole thing, and for that reason, officers went to the MP and had a conversation with him. Was that the case?
Yeah. What happened was, when Ahmed Swale died, he died in I think he was killed somewhere 9 p.m. or so.
Okay.
So after 9 p.m., 10 to 11, then the Tiger Eye PI brought a video which is being edited by Tiger Eye, and the content of the video was the video of Kennedy Agyapong.
What did they say?
Saying that that guy, he's working with a sad boy. So when he comes to their premises, they should beat him up. So that was the video the Tiger Eye team brought out around 11. All right. So when someone is dead, your colleague, your bosom friend is shot in less than an hour, you are able to search this video, edit it, find the content to tag someone, you bring it out in less than 24 hours. Your bosom friend, right? Now, what you have done?
You answered the question already.
Indirectly. I'm coming. Indirectly.
What? You should ask me that question.
Indirectly.
I said it. You should ask me the question instead of going before to go to him.
So go ahead and also give your take, Mr. Makuhene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What I said. They invited Kennedy Agyapong not because someone mentioned his name. That wasn't the case.
Remember what I said? I said directly or indirectly. We have info that Anas implied.
That's fine, but
he implied.
That's not the case.
And no, actually, do you agree with the narration? Do you agree with the narration from Brother Isaac? Do you agree?
Let me say, I don't agree. The video they edited, Agyapong they did that video.
Look, we have people, James Opoku saying he agrees with Brother Isaac. James Isaac.
Why they invited him.
But no,
the reason why
I want you to answer my question, please. I'm pleading with you. The brother Isaac narrated what had happened that time. After hours after the assassination, that Anas had brought a sample, little part of a video of the MP, and he implied that he played a role.
Yes, of course.
You agree?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
If you agreed with that, that means, come on, why would you not think that Anas is trying to point them to the doorsteps of the Honorable MP?
Yes. He pointed his finger on him, but that's not why they invited him. That's what I tried to say. The reason why they invited him.
Okay.
Few weeks before he died, Kennedy Agyapong showed the guy picture.
It wasn't weeks, it was months. About 6 months.
About 6 months, he said.
It was about 6 months. It happened in 2017, and he was killed in
1 year. He showed his
2018.
picture.
Yeah.
He showed his picture on his TV. Okay, net TV, the net 2 or whatever they call it. And he said, "This guy is a bad boy. Whenever you see him, beat him up. I will deal with that or whatever."
Please.
As soon as that guy died, it's not because someone pumped here it or not. Because he said that on that video, on the TV, automatically they invite him. Not necessarily someone mention his name. That's what I'm saying.
No, Mr. Makuhene. But I'm pleading with you.
Mr. Makuhene.
Go ahead, Isaac. Go ahead.
But Mr. Makuhene, you see, when the man said that He didn't say that when you see him everywhere, anywhere. You know, let me come.
It doesn't
Why
really.
he
It
said
doesn't.
that?
What we try to establish,
Why?
it
I'm
doesn't really
coming.
matter what he
I'm
said.
coming.
Nowhere or
Why?
references.
But,
Yes,
but,
I'm
but,
coming.
but the bottom line, though, the bottom line, gentlemen, the bottom line is that when the assassination happened, people were mentioning the honorable MP's name. People were doing that. Then you cannot say people were mentioning him and kept saying that he had something to do with it because of the statement, blah 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 blah, and they were showing the video, right? So his name that's true. Thank you, Mr. Makuhini. Since his name popped up, the police went and visited him. Now others are saying Anas's name has popped up here. Okay, no. Let's be fair here. We're not saying he's guilty of anything or he did something or he ordered it, but his name has been popped up. Therefore, they should do the same thing that they did when Kennedy's name popped up. They paid him a visit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuad, what I'm saying to you, listen again. It's not because someone mentioned Agyapong name. That's why police invited him. Even if nobody mentioned his name, he will be invited because of what he did.
I would disagree with you. I would disagree with you on that one.
That's not to say he did it. I'm not saying that at all.
I don't know. Look, okay, they have different ways. Officers have their own ways of doing things. But trust me, if they're dealing with a criminal issue and your name comes up, I give you an example of me going to a press conference.
I understand you. I'm not disputing that at all.
I gave you an example. I went to a press conference, okay? Sat down at the press conference, and they were, addressing the media over a criminal issue. I knew nothing about it. I just was a concerned member, a citizen who wanted to be there to learn about the case and then take education out of it. I got home less than an hour. They came knocking on my door. My name was not even mentioned. So in this case, Anas's name has been mentioned. And at that time, during the Swallows time, Kennedy's name was mentioned. The honorable member of parliament had officers paying him a visit to question him. So in this case, I think the people arguing that Anas should be paid a visit, they have, they should listen to them. That way they will not think there's a double standard. Because Mr. Kennedy, was invited. He was an MP. They could have said, hey, he's too big. But they invited him. They sat down with him. They dealt with the case. They talked to him. So why not Anas Aremeyaw Nash? That's a question.
Who got shot, do you know him?
The investigation would prove all of that. That's a law enforcement.
No. The person who got shot, like you saying, do you know him?
He's asking Honorable Kennedy Agyapong this question, not me, because I don't know him.
You said that because police don't go what good says,
No, but
nobody knows the guy.
No,
but it's true.
But you know what?
Fake. Nobody knows about it. They have to investigate it first. But Swallowton was different altogether.
No, but officers, when police pick one person up, it will lead them to many places. So you don't have to know, the prime suspect. You start somewhere. It all starts with a tip. From that tip, you keep going till you get to the prime suspect and then pick him up. Go ahead, Mr. Isaac. We have Mr. 6 minutes left. Yes,
Mr. Fuad. You see, we have a topic at hand, all right? And it's like we've been talking so much, we bring in so many issues, which is not relating to the topic. What you are asking now is that there is a picture of a short man, and someone is accusing someone, all right? Now, it's over 24 hours after this publication. We haven't heard anything of the police, okay? Who is really involved? Who is making accusation? There should be an investigation. Where do you start from? Now, the picture which was being published, you have a man on the stretcher who is being shot. He has a finger bandaged, his hands bandaged and stuff.
That's right.
But his name is a little bit blurred. You can see the face.
That's correct.
But someone published it, which is Kennedy Agyapong. So you can say there is no source to investigate. All right. the police can begin somewhere by asking him first,
Right.
who is that man?
Exactly.
Not asking Agyapong to provide the killer, no, but who is the man who was shot? So if the police should get the person who was shot, definitely he know the person who shot him, because
You call
they
it
are all
a
land
lead.
protectors.
That's
That
a
guy
lead.
who is on the
That's
stretcher.
correct.
Yes, the guy who is on the stretcher, the one who is shot, he works with the security company that protects that land. So the guy, the supposed person, the person who shot him, the Van Damme, the supposed Anas guy that shot him, he definitely know him, because they are all those laggards. They know each other. They know themselves. So his people are those that came to grab Anas people at the Chadu, where he was recorded after he was shot. Please, do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
If that person who is being shot, the person who has been shot, when he's being ascertained by the police, there will be a lead. But why is the police sitting down? Now, there is another allegation that the Honorable Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, has said that there is a lawyer who is in the police. When you leave his office, you go to the CID boss office. There is a lead. He's saying that lawyer who is in the police service is covering so many issues up for Anas. So, with this lead he has given, people in that office know who he's talking about. What is the security agency doing? The BNI and the national security need to invite him, because you see, when people hold official positions, especially security positions, and you hear someone making allegations that he's covering somebody's dirty jobs, it's a very serious allegation, which the BNI and the national security need to look into it very quickly. Because, sorry to say, if right now I sit down here and I say there is someone in Trump's office, and that person is covering up a terrorist crime, do you think the FBI would just sit down and watch this go?
They're going to pay you a visit. They're going to find you.
Yes. So, you see, the issue is someone.
Even now that you said it, you better retract it, because they'll pay you a visit if you don't retract it. Yeah. Oh boy. They know you're kidding. You're just making an example.
If we I retract that.
Yes.
If we say we think about our nation and we care about our nation, Ghana first. Just as someone would say America first, we should all think about Ghana first. So when somebody does something to someone today, you don't know what will happen to you tomorrow. But all that I would say is, those who come with equity must come with the clean hands. If you say I'm corrupt and you investigate me, you plan against me, you blackmail me, and at the end of the day, I lose my job, I think about it that I can't even eat. And at the end of the day, I die. And you do worse things than you have accused me. Do you have the guts to tell someone is corrupt? Let me say something for the last. Few days ago, the Honorable Member again brought some list saying that it's coming from Anas camp. He has listed so many successful people in Ghana. And the list casts across politicians, business, both parties and the CNPP. It casts across them. It goes to businessmen and women, successful people, right? Now, and on that list, if you have a police officer, he has mentioned the name of Sifasata. He mentioned it, so I'm mentioning it. If he's lying, I'm also lying. So if he mentions that on Anas radar, he has put in this man's name, this police officer's name, And he has written monthly compensation $400.
$400.
So if somebody sit on $400 monthly compensation, what does it mean? So if somebody sit on TV and say this about a security service, then a security service sit down and watch the person for more than a week without inviting the person who has said that, and then investigate into the issue that he's saying. Does the system work in this country? I'm not saying all this in support of Kennedy Agyapong. He has made his allegations. But if the systems are working, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now. Investigations must go on. People must be arrested. You understand? People must be arrested.
You made a good point.
Out. People have made. You understand? People who have been affected with these land issues. A woman was called, that Miss Odwe. I know her from Daddy Kotopon. We even bought the land from her. And if that woman is saying that this gentleman is claiming his land, and then when she went to the police for help, they told her that when this guy is taking your land, please leave it to him. And this woman has been interviewed, not secretly, but she was called on TV. She was called over the phone on a TV discussion and a radio discussion. And the security agencies have listened to what this woman has said, that he went to the police headquarters to report this case. And then she was told that when this guy is coming for your land, leave it to him. What does it mean? And the security service is sitting down, not doing anything. Which police officer told this woman what she's saying? The police should invite the woman, and she should provide a police officer who said that. So you, the police officer, saying that, are you in the interest of one person or you're in the interest of the whole citizens? We need to be serious in this country. We don't need someone from outside to come and tell us that things are well or things are not well. No. Why should we sit down if, and I believe, for my own experience, what has happened to my own family member, I believe that what is happening is the reality about Aremeyaw and us. And if he has succeeded in doing all this, do we have a future? We don't have a future. We have no future because, one, let me not take any example. Let me take Kwisinyan Techi as example. Look at how far this man has gotten to. Then because someone has contracted you, you bring the person down. It is not him you have brought down. You have brought the whole nation and the whole Africa down. So which dignity does our football association hold? They don't hold.
Boy. Hello? Boy, we've lost that brother. Do call back in, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. It has been a wonderful discussion. Agreeing to disagree. That's what we do on political open discussion on Cable FM. We're going to agree at some point. On the other side of the argument, you might disagree. And at the end of the day, all the parties are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And opinions are not basis to conclude and say someone is guilty. But out of all the evidences or revelations that the Honorable Agyapong has been, sharing with the members of the public, this, in my opinion, is the most disturbing. The photographs or image of a gentleman shot with a gunshot wound. And the Honorable Member of Parliament mentioned Anas's name. He said Anas's men are the ones that shot this gentleman. Van Dam, that's the name of the gentleman. Van Dam shot him, and he's connected to Anas. This should be probable cause for the police to get involved, because if this does not meet that standard, then I don't know what is going to meet that standard. We don't know what would mean that. What would be the minimum? At the minimum, this is enough. So if this does not meet it, I don't know what to say. But again, none of them is guilty of any crime until the court says so. So whatever that you've heard during this episode of Political Open Discussion are just opinions. Okay? I cannot say Anas has committed any crime. This guest or callers cannot say that either. But we have common sense to reason. And when you see something wrong, you can process it and have an idea. And vast majority of the people listening, the listeners, they supporting the involvement of law enforcement to get involved. They saying get involved because the images point to the fact that potentially there's a felony being committed, or a felony has been committed. A felony is a big crime. It's not a misdemeanor or something. We're talking something major, because that's the peak of criminal prosecution, felony. Because when you get sentenced to life imprisonment, it's got to be a felony. You get the death penalty. That is a felony. So that's the peak. Misdemeanors is just tap, be careful, don't do that again. But we're talking attempted murder. That's what we're looking at here. The gentleman survived, but he could have died. So the Honorable MP Kennedy Agyapong, the evidence, the video or the images that he's provided is enough for police to get involved. At least that would make people gain more confidence in how the law enforcement works in Ghana. Because if they cannot, at least the Honorable is alive. He's willing to speak. He's willing to get, a day in the court. If you go talk to him right now, he's going to tell you, hey, this is what I know about it. He's going to give you the lead. He's going to give you a lead. So you take the lead and investigate further. If Anas is not involved, he will not be charged. If Anas is innocent, he is not going to be charged. And there's no one that's going to lose. There's no losing game here. At least the system would work. So I thank you all for listening to Kibla FM Political Open Discussion. My name is Fuad Umar. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And that way you get a notification. So the next time we're live, you're going to be a part of it. So you like, subscribe, and be a part of it. Like I said, you're not going to get 100%, opinions. People would not agree 100%. And during these episodes, you should understand. You should understand that opinions would vary. You will have yours. I will have mine, and others would have theirs. But let's agree to disagree. That way, we can have, a fruitful discussion. Log on to our website, www.kiblafm.com. Yeah, Sister Esther is asking, can you notify me next time you having a program? That's why I say you subscribe to YouTube channel and be a part of the notification. So you like and subscribe, and you're gonna get the notification when we back on the air, and you be a part of it. Until our next presentation, my name is Fuad Umar, and again, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Anas, the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, and all the individuals mentioned during these episodes, they have not gone to court yet. Therefore, again, they're innocent until proven guilty. But authorities, police services in Ghana, it's your responsibility to apply the laws equally and in a fair way. Until then, I say peace.